Hello everyone and welcome back to another ultimate gearing guide for PvP in World of Warcraft. So today we're gonna talk about how you can get the best gear in World of Warcraft right now if you want to play player versus player. I already have it, so I can confirm that I know exactly how to get it all, and I want to help you getting it. As you can see on the screen right now, we're going to be talking about honor gearing, we're going to be talking about achievement weapons, blood token gear, conquest gear, crafter gear, and enchant and sockets. Right now, when I record it, I won't be able to see the timestamps on them because that will be when I edit the video. But you, as the viewer right now on YouTube, you would be able to see each of the timestamps for each of the sections. If you want to have like a complete overview on how gearing best in PvP, watch the entire video. If there's only one piece of information you need, then go to the timestamp of one of the signs you can see on the screen right now, and I will talk about that thing at that moment. But this is my ultimate PvP gearing guide, and we are currently in week 3 of season 2. So of course it's only how far we can get in season 2. Of course next week we can get more tokens, we can get more conquest, which means we can get better gear. But as it is right now, this is what we can get so far. But let's get to it. So let's talk about honor gear as the first thing. So honor gear is basically this first gear you're gonna start with, the basic gear. So when you go to Donegal here, you can see here down here in the corner, well down here in this corner here, there is this room here where they sell like blood token gear, conquest gear, and honor gear. So the honor window basically has everything you need, from trinket, rings, neck, chest, like anything, like even weapons, which is what you're gonna start with. You're gonna have all this honor gear. And how basically do you get it? Well, one of the easiest way I find is basically just spamming random epic battlegrounds. They can give up to more than 1,000 every time you win them, even 500 when you lose them. And another way to actually get like a good amount of honor would be this guy here outside here. So outside of the window here, you can see this guy here. He has a few quests, and that, for example, this quest gives 500. This quest here gives 500 again, and it basically wants you to get epic battleground honor, and then you get additional honor. Remember also to take the quests inside the battlegrounds, because some of them they will give you 1,000 honor, which is amazing. So basically, to get honor, I recommend just spamming random epic battlegrounds. Of course, you can also start by doing the first normal random BG, because you can see they give more honor the first time you win them. But basically, you just spam random epic BG. That's what I usually do. Get a lot of honor, buy full equipment, and when you get honor gear, it's very important to remember that you need, one of the first things I would actually tell you to buy is the trinkets. You need the standard PvP trinket that can like get you out of stuns, and then you can choose which one. Like, so you can see you have this one here costs 525. That's the one you start with, and then it's up to you if you want to go which of these for 700. Normally I go with this one here because it just have a chance for your abilities to give you your primary strat for like 20 seconds. But if you want to have like more HP, you can use it as a cooldown, or this one here where you can control when you're going to get it as a cooldown. After that, I would recommend you to get the weapon, and then after that it's basically just like getting whatever like item you need. It's just about getting full honor gear. So yeah, honor is quite easy. You spam random epic battlegrounds, you do the quests, you get full honor gear. That's pretty much it. Secondly, we're gonna talk about the weapons. So the only weapon you want to buy in the game is the honor weapon, since it's going to help you like, get stronger, get to the point where you're actually going to be strong and be able to like do a good job. But a lot of people, they think they're going to buy the blood token weapon before the conquest weapon, and that's wrong. You actually want to buy, you're actually going to get a weapon for free. So if you go into achievements, go down to feats of strength, go to player versus player, there's an achievement in here called prized weapon conquest. Basically, when you have earned 2,500 conquest, you will get 2 tokens, which can either give you a one-handed and another one-hand, like if you dual wield. It can give you 1 two-hand weapon, or 1 hand and an offhand. So basically, you get it. You don't have to buy the conquest weapon anymore. You just get it for free the moment you get 2,500 conquest. And then you can see here, I have it here. Super strong weapon. It's the best weapon you can get in player versus player. So now we already have, and this required us to get to week 3, which we are in now. So basically, just do rated solo battlegrounds, arena, solo shuffle, battlegrounds, anything really gives you conquest points to get this weapon here. One thing I will recommend you is if you're doing something else I would highly recommend you to enable war mode on, go outside of Donegal, stand on this stone here, basically just stand on the stone, just wait on it, because then every 20 minutes that's going to spawn a crate. It requires you to have war mode activated. You need to have war mode activated. Then you just basically stand here. Importantly, I would also say enable in audio settings, enable that you can have sounds in the background, because then every 20 minutes a dwarf is gonna, well, an earthen dwarf is gonna tell you a crate is coming. And then you can see in the map here, there's like a fly machine or a flight plane, whatever, that is coming like here, and it goes random locations and it drops down a crate. That crate is gonna give you, I think it's like 150 honor points, 50 conquest, and 60 blood token. So basically it's gonna give you, it's gonna give you here 60 blood tokens, 50 conquest, and 150 honor. It's a great, like, if you just farm that one the entire day, you can basically get your capped conquest points and blood tokens and honor, like your bloody tokens and conquest, because you can only have 2,800 conquest and 2,400 bloody tokens right now because it's week 3. But basically, that's another tip to get this weapon here. I just want to say it with this weapon here. It's a really great tip to get the conquest by spamming this chest. You can basically queue up from Battlegrounds, do Battlegrounds, but while you stand here, don't stand inside Donegal, it's waste. Stand out here, wait for the chest that spawns. You do a Battleground and you get out, oh, a chest has spawned, and you get more points. So my point here is just get 2,500 conquest, get the weapon. You could technically also skip this the weapon for honor, but I mean you get honor so fast, so yeah, it's not really bad. But again, yeah, don't buy the blood token weapon. Wait till you get 2,500 conquest, and then you will get a weapon for free. That's my point here. Well, now thirdly, we're going to talk about the blood tokens. So blood tokens is something you can get for doing like open world PvP. So basically you have to enable war mode. Then you can see here, for example, if you go to locations where there is world questers, whenever you find a world quest with this mark on here, that's a PvP world quest, it's going to give you between 100 to 500 conquest point. This guy outside here also have a quest here, that guy over there, he has a quest that is called Sparks of War. This week Sparks of War quest is basically where you have to fly around in this zone here with war mode, find purple earth, like purple stuff on the ground, like it looks like earth, like mud. You will then dig in it with like a shovel, and then you get like 5 every time you find one. It takes you like 5 minutes to do it. As well, if the PvP crates spawn at the same time, they give you, I think, 8 or something like that. And every time you kill another player, you get 1. So you just basically fly around here, Isle of Dawn, depending on what the quest is called. It switches between the zones, but this week here, right now, if you're watching this video, it's Isle of Dawn. So you basically just fly around and it will give you 1,000 bloody tokens. So again, you do the world PvP quests, you kill people in open world, and you do the Spark of War quest. And then after you've done all your quests and world quests, the best way to get bloody tokens is by getting the PvP crate. So every 20 minutes, it doesn't matter which zone you're standing in, you just have to have war mode activated, and then you basically just stand in any of the open world, and every 20 minutes it spawns a crate that comes flying in, drop down. When you loot that crate, you will get 60 bloody tokens. That's one of the best way, I would say, to farm it after you have done all the quests. And again, remember, you can only get currently 2,450. So yeah, you will get capped quite fast. But once you get bloody token gear, you can then buy different items from this guy here in the middle here. You can see you can find him down here in Donegal. And don't buy the weapons. It's a trick. It's Blizzard trying to scam you. Don't buy the weapons. You don't want to, because as I just talked about in this guide here, you get a free weapon when you have got 2,500 conquest. So it's a waste of bloody tokens to buy the weapon. What you want to do with bloody token is buying pieces that is not supposed to be set pieces. Because if you didn't know, I will get back to that later in the video. But you can see here, my Conquest Gear that I bought, I have upgraded it through, you know, the machine over here. I can't remember what it's called, the augmented machine or whatever. This machine here can upgrade your PvP gear into set pieces. So you don't want to use bloody tokens on buying, you know, like helmets, shoulders, hands, chest, legs. You want to buy instead the cape, the wrist, the waist, the shoes. That's basically what you want to buy. That's everything you want to buy. The back, wrist, shoes, belt. Then, of course, as I just said, set pieces only require 4 pieces. So you only want to get 4 pieces. So you have to find out what your class should get, because paladins are supposed to get shoulder, like red paladins are supposed to get shoulders, chest, hands, legs for the conquest to upgrade into set pieces. And then the helmet is supposed to also actually, well, is supposed to also be the conquest one because it has the right stats, but you don't upgrade that one because when you upgrade it, it loses stats, it gets another stats. But yeah, long history. But basically, your main focus with bloody tokens is first getting the pieces that is not supposed to be upgraded into set pieces. So again, just like the back, wrist, shoes, and belt. That's your main focus. And with my cap right now, I have gotten, I can't get any more blood tokens, but as you can see, I have exactly now bought all those items. So of course, next week I can buy one conquest item, and then I can buy another bloody token. So I'm probably going to buy the blood token pants next week, and the conquest web chest. And then of course next week again, I'm going to replace my pants with the conquest, so I can get the set piece. But yeah, that's my point. That bloody tokens is supposed to be used on these like accessories. Again, I know some pros would probably debate, you know, what about the shoes? You need mastery as a distribution paladin. That's correctly. I can't get mastery boots because, I mean, this is having crit and versatility. I know it's not my biz stat, but it's still a lot higher eye level than other ones. I know you could then just craft the items, but yeah, this is my recommendation. Getting those pieces, and then Conquest should be used on pieces that can be upgraded to set pieces. So yeah, I hope that was kind of clear. So now we got to Conquest Gear, which is of course the pieces you're going to be upgrading to set pieces. Conquest can of course be bought from this vendor here. Again, you find her down here. And you can see here you can buy weapons, you can buy armor. You cannot buy like, well, you can buy rings and necks and trinkets. So the main thing is, what are you going to use your conquest points on? So basically, weapon is free. We already talked about it, but I'm just making sure if you skipped around in the video that you know what I'm talking about. When you get 2,500 conquest, you will automatically get the weapon. The weapon will be free, so you don't have to think about, oh my god, I need to save up conquest points to get the weapon. No. The conquest is free. Once you get 2,500 conquest, you can see this achievement here. You're gonna get the weapons for free. Don't worry about that. I got my weapon here now. Super strong. Then what you're gonna buy is use your conquest points to basically buy the items you can get into set pieces. That means helmet, shoulders, chest, hands, and legs. Of course, try to get the one that has the best stats for your class, but then once you get your conquest items, you're gonna then upgrade them to set pieces. Don't upgrade them yet. Wait till you actually have 2 of those currencies you need to upgrade them. So basically, when you go over here, you can see this machine here called the Catalyst, which is just outside of auction house here. You can see that I have upgraded these pieces here. My shoulders and hands now has been upgraded, so they actually have the set pieces, which is giving me a passive that makes my final verdict deal more damage. So basically, you can see when you upgrade one of your conquest items, right now it has versatility and mastery, but if I upgrade it, it will become a set piece, but I will at the same time also lose I will lose my stats because it's going to go from versatility to mastery, which is my biz stats in PvP, but it will become critical and mastery, which I get more mastery, which is nice, but I lose my versatility, and you really don't want to like lose too much versatility because it increases the damage you does to people and also decreases the damage you take. So the helmet for paladins is actually very bad upgrading. So you don't want to upgrade, for example, for paladins, you don't want to upgrade the helmet, you want to upgrade the shoulders, hands, chest, and legs. But your helmet, you want to keep it because it already has biz stats. But it's just basically telling you. Right now in week 3, you all should have 2 of these Essence of Kashamite, which means you can all now upgrade 2 pieces of your Conquest armor, so you get the first bonus. You can see me, I actually still have 1 back, even though I upgraded 1. Why do I have 1 more than all of you? That's because when you get 1,600 rating in any of the rated PvP, you get 1 for free. So that means you will have 3 now. So now I have to wait, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 weeks, then I will have another one. And then I can upgrade all my set pieces. So I'm going to wait upgrading more gear because I will lose. Well, you can see this item lost this. This actually kept its versatility, which is very rare. This one lost its versatility. So that means next week when I get my chest, I'll probably not upgrade it until I have 2 of these currencies again, so I can upgrade so I get my 4 set piece bonus. But okay, but how do you actually get Conquest? So Conquest is earned by the first time you win a battleground. For example, a standard battleground, you get 80 every day. After that, I think you maybe get 5 or something like that, or nothing at all. But the first battleground you win of the day is giving you 80. The first random epic battleground is giving you 125. The first skirmish is giving you 30, and the first brawl is giving you 48. After that, rated battlegrounds, all of these give excellent amount of conquest. As you can see, a solo shuffle arena is going to give you 115. Rated battleground, solo rated battleground is going to give you 100 if you win. If you lose, you get 30. So you still get something if you lose, but as winning, you get 100. And again, you can see all of these different modes. So basically, you're just going to spam. Again, like look at this. Arena is going to give you 128 every time you win. So basically, you could just spam Arena with a friend and get full conquest. So technically, instead of buying the honor weapon, you could also just spam Arena with a friend, get a lot of conquest points, and yeah, get the weapon for free and get full conquest. Like again, we have a cap right now on conquest, which is 2,800. So you will only be able to do like me, get free items, which could be the helmet, shoulders, and hands. Of course, it depending on which class you play, what item is the most important to get first. But as it is right now, for Paladins, this is the free item that is like most people get when it's conquest. So again, and as I already mentioned in this video, you can also go out in any of the open world zones in the new expansion, enable war mode, active war mode, go out in any of the zones and wait 20 minutes and it will spawn a crate every 20 minutes. And each of the crates are going to give you, I think it's 50 conquest. So while you're queued up for PvP, stand outside here. Don't stand in the city. Stand outside somewhere here with war mode on, and it keeps spawning a chest every 20 minutes. And don't worry, it will warn you in the middle of the screen that a chest has spawned. It will, like, it looks like a dialog box where he's like, hey, a crate is coming. Quickly get to it before you have to fight over it. You know, something like that. Don't stand in the webs. Kind of like that. So yeah. Do rated PvP, win all the weekly, like daily PvP battlegrounds, stand outside here, and get your crate. That's basically how I got most of my Conquest and Bloody tokens, by just having my game on my third monitor, just have it, you know, go into settings and enable sound in the background so that I can hear when a crate spawns, and then I can switch tab over to my third monitor, get this crate, get back to work. You know what I mean? Kind of like switching between that really efficiently, and you should definitely try that out. But I think that covers pretty much everything with Conquest. That you get Conquest from those things we talk about. You buy your set pieces only. Don't buy rings, don't buy trinkets, don't buy weapon, because weapon is going to get for free. Don't buy wrist and shoes because you're going to use bloody tokens on that. Of course, in 5 weeks, we're going to replace all the bloody token with conquest items, but we can't do that right now because there's a cap on items, right? Like how much conquest you can get right now. But still, so far, we do it like this. That's conquest. Now we're going to talk about crafted gear, which is the one that is most difficult for people to normally really understand and how important it is. So as we already, if you have watched the entire video, you will now already know how you got your blood token gear, how you get your conquest gear. But as you can see with me right now, I have gotten all my conquest I can get right now on week 3, and I can only get 3 items. The same with bloody tokens, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4 blood tokens items. So what about rings? What about the neck? How do I have an epic item right now here, which is the same eye level as conquest? How is that even possible when you don't have more blood tokens or more conquest? Well, I have made a video I uploaded recently. If you want to learn way more about this crafting system, I just uploaded a video called Crafting Orders, Best PvP, Ring and Neck. You can watch that one. It's like 20 minutes long, and it really goes into details on how this works. But I'm still going to try to explain it here as well. So basically, the first time you win a battleground when you hit level 80, the first time you win a battleground, you will get a quest, which is going to give you, you can see I have this one here called a heraldry, which is green. But you will get a quest after you complete the first battleground at max level, which is going to give you 9 of these, but just purple, like the epic version. So right now, this one here says it will increase my crafted item to 652, but that one you get from the quest is going to increase your eye level by 678. So now you have the item that can actually increase your eye level on PvP items. What do you do with it? Well, you get 9, And crafting a ring and neck cost 3. You need 2 rings, that means 6. And then the neck is going to cost also 3, so it's going to be 9. Wow, amazing. You got 9 from the quest, and it will exactly cost you 9 to get 2 rings and 1 neck. Amazing. But how do you craft it? Well, you could be a jewel crafter and buy the recipe from the blood token guy over here. Or I can't even remember if you can actually buy it for honor or blood token. We have to check that. But you could buy the recipe and be a jewel crafter and craft the item. You just need to have the best quality. You can see this guy here. Again, down here in the left corner. He sells the recipes for all the different PvP items to craft it. And you can also see, this is the hero you will get when you complete the quest, which you can see is giving you eye level 678. This one here is the one you get 9 of for free when you win the first Battleground. So technically, when you win the first Battleground as max level, you can already get the neck and 2 rings. In case you're not a jewel crafter and cannot buy the recipe here, it actually costs honor. So it costs 7,500 honor. That's a lot of honor. That's a lot of Battleground spam. But the easier way to get it is just getting it crafted through crafting order. It will cost you around 30,000 gold, so 3 0 and then 3 zeros, 30,000 gold around-ish. So what you do is you basically go here in Donegal, just under the auction house down here. The auction house is just up there. And then here we have what it's called crafting orders. You go to this person here, crafting order. You search for the Algari Competitor's Signet and Algari Competitor's Amulet. So basically you can see the ring here is costing 1 Vicious Bloodstone, Nullstone, Marble Stone, and then you can choose what stat you want it to be happen. It's let me just remove that. There we go. Then you can choose what stat it should have. It's very important that you pick the stat that is best for you. If you don't know, go on the Armory, see what like the best paladins or warlocks or whatever you play, what stat are they focusing on, or go to guide sites like Icevein, Wowhead. They will also tell you what stats to use. In my case, I need Mastery and Versatility. So I got this one here, Algari Massif of Harmonious. So basically how it works is that you put in first the 9, so you can see here, I have right now for last season here, but this is the one you got. So you got 9 of these. So basically you put in first that one here, which is then going to make the item purple, and it will increase the eye level of 678. Then you buy this on auction house or from the PvP vendor we just visited for 5,000 honor. Just buy it from auction house, please. It costs 4,000 gold. It's not 5,000 honor worth. So you just buy this one here. Sometimes you also get it in these PvP boxes here. I wasn't lucky this time, but sometimes you get them. Then you buy this one from auction house or get it in PvP chest or buy it for 5,000 honor. Then you buy the Nullstone from auction house. You get Marble Stone also from auction house. And then you buy one of these, depending on what stat you want. And then for the 2 rings, it's very important, and I tell you it's very important, that you pick one of these as well. This one here at the top here called Elemental Focusing Lens is the one DPS's ones. Basically, your spells and ability have a chance to deal bonus magic damage. The chosen school is based on Enchant Gems. So basically, you can see my gems here has a chance every time I use an ability to deal 100k damage. And I have it on both my rings. Before this activates, you need also to get a gem on your crafted items. I will get back to that, how you get that. But basically, this is so cool. So now every time I do damage, I have a chance to deal additional 100k on both my rings to the target. It's amazing. And as well with my enchant on my Conquest weapon. Yeah, it's just a really good proc. So again, buy an auction house. This first one here is from the quest you complete. Very important you don't take the wrong one from last season if you had that already. The one from the new season with 678. Then you put in the stats, you put in the elemental focus lens if you play DPS. If you're not a DPS, I don't know which one you need here, since I only play DPS. But there's other ones here, and there. So, the thing is, I've seen a lot of people, in my last video I said that it was important that you should, when you get this crafted here, you should always get the best quality items. So you can see you can have like the bad quality, middle quality, or best quality. What I hear people say, like in my last video, I said to everyone they should use the top quality. What I heard in the comment section was people basically saying you don't need that because it only affects PvE. In PvP, it doesn't matter if you have the lowest quality or the highest quality. Just me personally, the prices between the lowest quality and the highest quality is minimal. We're talking small gold prices. So if I was you, I would just buy the biggest quality for the marble stone, also for the stats one, and also for this elemental focus lens. Because it's just going to increase the eye level of item in case you want to go out in the real world and kill something. it makes the item looks nicer. It just feels better. But yeah, people are saying it doesn't matter in PvP, but I still think just for this additional 500 gold, come on, make the item a bit cooler. You know what? Like, just make it cool. That's just my opinion. But again, if you really want to save money, they say like it doesn't matter if you have like the quality 1 or 3. But again, now you know how to craft items. The same with the neck that you're going to craft here. The amulet one here, you still need those 3 items there. You need the bloodstone, you need the nullstone, you need the marble stone, and you need this to choose the stats. And the neck cannot get this elemental focus lens because it says you can only have 2 of them. That's why you're going to put it on your rings. So both rings are going to have this one here, but you cannot put it on your neck because you can only have 2 of these embellished fingers, they call it. So that should be pretty clear. Again, if this was not really well explained, I have another video where I'm talking 20 minutes about just this, and I'm even showing you when I create my ring and neck for my paladin, in case you still don't really understand this. The thing is now you need to do a personal order, and it's very important you set the minimum quality to whatever quality you want. Of course, if you want the best quality, you had to give the best quality items. You need to take the number 3, and also the best quality here. If you don't care about the quality because you only play PvP and you're never gonna kill a mob outside the world, then as people say in my comment section, it doesn't matter. I will still go with the best one. But it's just important if you have the best materials, which doesn't cost much more, that you also set the minimum quality to the lowest so they don't create something that is lower. Now you need to find a person who can craft it for you. To my understanding, public order means that people can literally control whatever they want to craft. Like, you cannot control if it should be like a high quality item or low quality item. The person who crafts it for you can decide what they want. So that's to my understanding. But guild orders or personal orders, you can actually control the quality of it. What you do now is you basically just open up the trade chat and you will see there's tons of people spamming that they can craft all these. See, this guy here can craft it. All these people here, they can craft items for you. So you whisper 5 of them and you ask how much tip they want. So some of them is going to tell you they want 10,000 gold for each item. Some people want 2,000 gold. You find the one that has the best tip or the person you like the most because how they answer you. These people treat this like a business. They are business people. They play this game for business. So they want the gold. So yeah, they will be very professional, just right with you, kind of like it's a website where you're going to buy stuff. And then when the person says, yes, I can make it for you, I want 3,000 gold on each of the items. Then whenever you send an order, you're going to send it to a Salami. So let's say Salami, he wants to create it for you. And then you set it to best quality in case you already picked the best qualities, if you want that. Then you're going to put in 3,000 gold here. And then when you say place order, he basically, when he accepts the order and craft the item, boop, 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 then he gets 3,000 gold and you get your item. Very easy. And then again, you do it 3 times. You do it for 2 rings, you do it for 1 neck, and then boom, in your mail. Next time you open up your email, or sorry, your mailbox, you know, use your auction house mind. I know you all got it. Then you open up your mailbox, and then boom, it will be here. And then, as me, I have 2 necks. 2 rings now and 1 neck. So you can see, here's the neck and here's the ring. Now, before we end this conversation about crafting, before you can get like sockets into these items here, you need to get honor and more of these crystals that I showed you before. So basically here inside again, where the PvP honor, the PvP vendors are, you got this guy here. He has this item here you can buy for 5,000 honor and 3 vicious bloodstones. You can just buy them from auction house. Oh, they actually only cost 2,500. But you could just buy these stones from auction house as well. But basically what you do is you get 5,000 honor, you get 3 of these crystals, and then you can get an added socket into an item. You can have 2 sockets in each of the items. You can put sockets into your helm, amulet, braces, belts, and rings. But it's very important you get into each of your rings first, because else this passive effect on it that deals damage is not working. It needs to get a socket in before the damage starts working. So you can say after you got your crafted rings is a very high of course priority to get your full gear, whatever you're gonna get for. And then of course you need this one here, so you can start getting the passive bonus from your ring. And it triggers quite a lot, so it's good amount of extra additional damage, which does a big difference. So I hope that was again well explained and you understand what I'm talking about. Again, if you're not really following and I confused you more than I was doing, you know what I mean. Then I have another video which is where I basically where I show I am crafting the ring, I'm crafting the neck, I go through the entire, I buy the items, I craft it, I send the order, so you really totally understand it. But yeah, that was crafted gear. Now we're gonna get to the easiest point, the shortest point. I mean, this video is going to be a very long video with all these topics. But now we're going to get to enchant and sockets. So basically, once you get your items, once you get your good items, I would say, it's time for you to enchant them. For example, you can see helmet doesn't get any enchants. Well, let's kind of like, yeah, well, let's start with enchanting. So basically, the first thing you can see, helmet doesn't have an enchant, neck doesn't have an enchant, shoulders doesn't. The back can get an enchant. In my case, I'm using the one called Chant of Boring Rapidity, which is basically giving speed. So you can see I have the stat here, 7% speed. So you can see here, 7% speed. So for example, in my case, I use Chant of Boring Rapidity. It's important that you, of course, go to Amori, you look up like what you need to look up like what enchants are the best people using. So I was looking at the top 5 red paladins, and they are also all using this enchant called Chant of Boring Rapidity, and you just buy it on auction house. You basically just open up your auction house mount. I know you all got it. And then go to auction house, and then go to items enchants. You go to, what is that? That's a cloak. And then you just find the one here called Chant of Boring Rapidity. And Chant of Boring there. Increasing your speed by 250 and decrease and causing the Hearthstone cooldown to record 25% faster. We don't care about that one. It's just the speed one, because running a bit faster makes a big difference. Then we want to go secondly also with an enchant in your wrist. I, for example, have the one called 1000 Speed. Again, I know that most of the DPSs, they are using this one here. So again, you would go into enchanting here, you would go to wrist, and you would get the one that is giving you 1000 speed. Wait, what is? There it is. 1000 speed. Isn't it? Grinding 1000 speed? Yeah, that's the one. So, yeah, very simple. Weapon, in my case, I have the one called Authority of Radiant Power, which has a chance every time I use an ability to deal 200 additional 1000 damage, which is pretty nice. And again, you just go down to weapon. Don't go into tool and weapon, go to weapon. And then you can find it here. Authority of Radiant Power. But again, this is for my class. This is for, it also actually gives you stats. But this is for my class, my spec. You should still go to Omori and see what your the pro players are playing with. The next enchant is going to be on your legs. In my case, I have taken the one that gives me 930 strength and 900 stamina, or 895 stamina. It's funny to buy that one because it's a wide one. So you can see down here, it's not even one of those epics. It's down here. So you can see this one here gives 800. This one here gives, this is the one that gives even agility, strength, and also stamina. It's going to give you so much stats. It basically gives you so much stats like an item. Like, look at this one here. Okay, a half item. But still, like almost 1000 more strength, agility, and stamina. That's insane. I actually can see I forgot to enchant my boots after I got my new boots, but I'm supposed to have the one that is called Scout's March, this one here, which is giving me, again, increased speed. And yeah, because Scout's March, that's the one all red paladins are using. So we're going to buy that one. We're going to get it from here. We're going to put it on the boots. And there we go. So now my speed should get up to 9%. There we go. This is important. So now as a DPSer, I run 9%, well, actually 8.82. faster than everyone else. So if people haven't enchanted, I actually run faster than them. It helps you to chase up people. It helps when someone makes you slow with a crowd control, because you will now still run this faster than them. Really cool on a feral druid. They run so fast. But yeah, that's the enchant you need. That's kind of like what you need to enchant on. Also the rings, of course. You can see I have the one called Versatility. I just have Versatility. Versatility is a safe stat to go with because it's going to decrease the damage you take in PvP and the damage you deal, and it's also the healing you deal. But again, you should go on Amori and see whatever your class, the top 5, whatever they do. Sockets. How do we get sockets? I just talked about it in the crafting part in case you skipped that one. But down here, at the PvP windows, we have this guy here where you can buy this one here for 5000 honor and 3 vicious crystals, which you can either buy from here or auction house. But it basically allows you to put up to 2, every time you buy this one, you only get 1 socket place. But you can use it twice on each item. So basically you can do it on helmet, amulet, braces, belts, and rings. then you will basically get a socket slot in each of those items, and you can do it up to 2 times. So that basically means you need helmet, amulet, braces, belt, and rings, and you have 2 rings, which is 6. So you actually need to buy this one 12 times. So yeah, 12 times you need to get 5,000 honor and 3 of these crystals, which you can even buy from here or from auction house. And then you just buy it, you apply it to the item, and now you can see I got a socket here and I got a socket here. And I'm also going to give it for my neck and also for my helmet. But it's most importantly, you do it on your rings that you crafted, because then they have this. You can see, in case you skipped the entire video and just went to this part here, I have crafted my ring. I have added the passive effect that both my rings, they have a chance to deal 100k damage. But before it works, it has to have a socket in there, because the socket tells what kind of like material, what kind of like damage is my gem supposed to do. So because now each of these rings have a socket in here, the passive effects works. Without a socket, the passive effects doesn't work. So your highest priority is to get a socket gem on each of your rings. Just saying. Okay, yeah, that should be enchants and sockets. Very, very straightforward. And again, I just mentioned again what items I have enchanted, and also I actually forgot my chest. I have the one called Crystalline's Radiance, which is having a chance to give you a stat. But again, when you go to Moria and you see like what kind of like enchants, so I got enchanted my my back, my chest, my wrist, my weapon, my legs, my shoes, my rings, my rings. So it's basically 6, 7, 8 enchants I have in total. And again, you need to go to Moria to see what all the best players for your class, what they're going for. Just a thing, but yeah, 9% speed is nice. I like that. So yeah, this is basically the end of the video. We have now talked about honor gear, achievement weapons, blood token gear, conquest gear, crafted gear, and enchanted sockets. One bonus information I want to give you, in case you have watched this video the entire long through, I'm giving you this bonus information, which the people who skipped all the end parts are gonna miss out on. So basically, when you, as I told you, when you enable war mode and go out in the open world, you have the chance for the chest to spawn. The cool thing is, this chest is supposed to spawn in all the zones at the same time every 20 minutes. So imagine every Wednesday they have the server restart, and then all the chests they spawn at each of the locations at the same time. But then you're probably thinking, okay, what do I need this information for? The thing is, when this chest spawns at the same time in all the locations, people are not going to pick up the chest at the same time, because not everyone is online when the server goes live again. So when the first chest gets picked up here, that means the timer starts over here, but it doesn't start in the other places. That means, okay, now it got picked up here, now it got picked up here, now it got picked up here, and now it got picked up here. That means when the chest is spawned now, it has a new rotation. That means it spawns here, 30 seconds later it spawns here, 30 seconds later it spawns here, 30 seconds later it spawns here. It can even be up to 5 minutes difference, depending on how much, because you can also have a fight over the chest. If you have a 7-minute fight with the other faction about the chest, because you have 2 factions fighting with the chest, it can screw up the entire rotation. So I have tried multiple times. What I do is that I first take the PvP chest here. And again, why are we doing the PvP chest? To get tokens and blood tokens. Conquest gear, conquest points and blood tokens. I always take the chest first in Isle of Dawn. Then I very fastly take the teleporter, whatever, the elevator down here. So you get to Ringing Deeps, which is here. Then I just go outside of the elevator, which is here. Just outside waiting 30 to 60 seconds. If nothing happens, no chests are spawned, you have to check the map. Then I go up here to Hallowfall. Then I stand in here for 30 seconds. I go back to Ringing Deeps 30 seconds, go back here 30 seconds, go back here 30 seconds. And then suddenly you're going to have one of these chests spawn in one of the locations. And then when I'm done with that, I always go to Ashkahead as the last zone to see. And most of the times I actually end up getting 3 to 4 chests at the same time. That means 3 to 4 times 50 conquest, 60 blood tokens, and 150 honor. It's really fun. If you really want to min-max this, you are going to get a party of 4 people, and then you're going to put someone here, someone here, someone here, someone here. Then you're going to have a notepad, and when the first person say, hey, the chest spawns here, you write down, okay, Ashkahead was the first one, and then someone in Ringing Deeps is saying, hey, it spawned here. Okay, ringing deeps, and then the guy in Hello Fall is gonna say, hey, and then you write down, and now you know the exactly rotation of the chest when it spawns, and you can keep getting 4 chests, and every 20 minutes you're gonna get 200 conquest points. Are you seeing this? Again, the moment you get into a situation where you're gonna fight the Alliance or Horde there for 7 minutes over the chest, you're gonna screw up the entire rotation, and you have to start over again to find out the rotation. But it's just a so fun little thing that Blizzard have done that no one really thinks about. I even made a video where I talk about this even more if you want to watch that one. But that's just like bone information for you all. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was fun making it because I really feel like I have the best gear now in the game for PvP because it's week 3 and I can't get any better gear. I have capped everything. So I feel like, you know what, I know so much about this PvP gear now that I want to share this knowledge. And that's why I did this video. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am making only World of Warcraft content at the moment, so subscribe, follow me if you want to learn more about World of Warcraft. I'm especially doing a lot of PvP right now, and I'm gonna do also a Red Paladin guide once I get to 1,800 rating. Then I feel like it's fine to make a guide about Red Paladins once you get like a good rating. I also do a lot of funny shorts and small videos on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts in case you want to watch more World of Warcraft memes. And I stream on Twitch and YouTube in case you want to ever see me streaming. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more World of Warcraft content, and I'll see you in another video. Peace out.